My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my ranking of the Craft movies. I was just planning on watching The Craft and The Craft Legacy, but then I heard The Covenant was also a Craft movie, so I decided to review that movie and for me to do a franchise ranking. And look, you're going to notice something very clearly. I am on opposite sides of extremes here. I despise two of these movies, and one of them I love. So it's not going to be a long video, but let's get into it with the worst one, and it's The Craft Legacy. This movie's morally repugnant. The movie wants to defend the main group of friends, no matter how evil they act. Like, let's make something clear. They brainwash and control this one dude to be more woke, and it's viewed as a good thing. They don't question his free will, they don't feel bad about it. And the movie's on their side. So I'm not on this movie's wavelengths at all. I think everything it's trying to say and do here is truly terrible. I thought the Gen Z talk made for a very obnoxious viewing, and the last act and the directions it takes are just completely retarded. Completely. Just, I don't know how people wrote that in the script and thought it was good. I don't know how people acted it out and thought it was good. I don't know how people shot and edited it and thought they should keep it. But that's what they did, and you got a truly embarrassing last act to a truly abysmal rest of the movie. The visual effects are terrible. The cast is bland and lifeless. The direction is as flat as it comes. There is nothing to like about this movie, and because it's so morally repugnant, it has to be last place. But do not get me wrong, the second last movie is also abysmal, and it's The Covenant. This movie is as bland and as lifeless as they come. I watched it 2 days ago, and I forget almost everything about it. There is no bit of life or personality to this movie. There is nothing memorable about it. It's just one giant boring movie. And I hate how they changed witchcraft to these X-Men like abilities. It just makes it feel more cliche, and it just doesn't work in any way, shape, or form. So many of the cast members look alike to the point where I couldn't tell you who's who and who's doing what. I felt like they needed to feel like distinct characters. And it's not at all scary, nor does it really try. The last act is an embarrassing CGI disaster, and yeah, I really hated this movie. It's only slightly above The Craft Legacy. So now that leads us to the best movie, and it's easily The Craft. I love horror movies, and I've seen so many. I've seen so many zombie movies, so many serial killer movies, so many vampire movies. Not enough witchcraft movies. And I feel like that's what allows this movie to stand out so much. It just truly feels like a breath of fresh air. And everything it's doing with its concept, it does in an effective manner. I love how the witchcraft, the magic is great at first, but when internal conflict gets in the way, it allows you to be on the edge of your seat, as you know the villains could really get away with anything. So it captures the joy that the characters feel with it, but how that escalates into terror. And I love this group of friends and even their dynamic, and how it starts off as them getting along and them doing these little tricks, and then how they get better and better, and as they become more and more powerful, they start fighting more and more, and how the conflict within puts them at odds with one another, and you're just waiting for shit to hit the fan, and it keeps you on edge throughout this movie. So I think that entire dynamic is done incredibly well. I think each character is given a level of depth and nuance. Faiza Bark is great as a villain. I think Robin Tooney's really great. Nev Campbell, I love her arc. And Rachel True is also great. And I just love how fully realized these characters are, so the conflict actually feels owned and not contrived. I also think this movie has some great practical effects, and I love the 90s MTV vibe it has. It fits really well with this movie, and it's really well directed by Andrew Fleming, and yeah, it's just a movie I heavily enjoy. It's not a masterpiece, it's not a phenomenal work of art, but on an entertainment level and on delivering something new, I think it's great. So that's why it's easily the best of these three movies. But what's your ranking of the Craft movies? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.